love yourself. Okay, what you're suffering from is invisible to the naked eye. So, if you're struggling, push ka lang. Kaya mo yan. Huwag kang panghinaan ng loob.
Kumusta ug maayong adlaw kabayan? Welcome back to the Pinoy Expat. My name is Icon and I am your host. Taon-taon, libo-libong Pilipino ang dumadaan sa depression. Ayon sa World Health Organization, umaabot sa humigit kumulang 3 milyong Pilipino ang nakakaranas ng iba't ibang uri ng mental health illness. Ngunit kahit ganun pa man, ito ay isang bagay na hindi gaanong napag-uusapan. Ngayong araw kasama natin si Tisay, isang mental health clinical nursing educator dito sa Australia upang sagutin ang iilan sa mga katanungan natin ukol sa mental health. Samahan niyo ako at pakinggan natin ang kanyang payo.
Hi Tisay, good morning and welcome to the show.
Hello po.
So you're a mental health nurse educator.
Opo.
And what made you decide to pursue this career?
I think it just happened for me na lang po. So, obviously, Asian moms, nursing. Pero po, parang doon na rin po ako na-lead eh. I love talking to people. Ang first work ko po, clinical disability support worker. Tapos, isang po sa mga requirement na para magkaroon ka ng more chances na maging registered nurse, clinical background sa nursing home or hospital. So, I did dementia ward, AIN, Assistant in Nursing. Tapos, nung nag-apply po, first preference ko mental health. That's what happens. Just progress from there.
So gradual yung progression mo towards it, parang ganun ba?
Yes, gradual.
So hindi siya parang sa simula pa lang inisip mo na magme-mental health ako, hindi ganun?
No. Ang una po, most especially younger, kailangan adrenaline rush. ED ako, ganyan, surgical, theater. Pero habang naglalaon na po, clinical placement po kasi, you get a chance to discover kung saan ka swak. So, nung nag-clinical placement po ako in different wards, parang mental health po talaga yung, dito ako.
Right. So doon mo parang nakita yung calling mo.
Yeah.
Parang ganun.
Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned kanina kasi sabi mo, Asian moms and all. Has it always been your dream na maging nurse or was it the dream of your mom?
Let's say po, parang I didn't know that I will like it. Ang nangyari po kasi, sinabi ko, Mami, ano ba yan? Like, I don't like it. Pwedeng mag-try ng iba. Sabi, ikaw, bala ka, sabi ni Mami. So, nag-try po ako, sa certificate lang naman po, na mag-IT. Pero sabi ko, too much office. Parang wala kang kausap. Extroverted po ako, kailangan ko ng Diyos ko.
Baka pag kinausap mo yung computer, sumagot sa'yo.
So, yun po. Sabi ko kay Mami, sige balik na lang po ako. Sabi ko, patuloy ko na po yung nursing ko. Yun, natuwa naman po si Mami. Siyempre, nurse din po siya. Parang, magbuti naman, nakinig ka, yung ganon. Tapos, yun.
What's the most prominent type of mental illness that you have come across?
Depression. Depression po ako, talaga, kuya.
How do you handle this when someone comes up to you na I'm depressed? What is your advice to someone who's going through the same?
Clinically po, it's so easy. If it happens in the ward, kasi inpatient nurse po ako, if it happens in the ward, it's easy to give treatments, to give advice, kasi they're already there seeking for help. When it's a stranger or a friend, it's a lot harder po. Sometimes you need for them to open up first. Kasi seeking help, it already takes courage. First of all, they're worried about getting stigmatized. Baka masabi, maarte lang ako, yung ganun. The depression is invisible most of the time to the naked eye. So, it's hard. I guess advice, first one, seek for help. Seek for professional help. Kasi a whole lot of people can advise you na, just go for a run or something.
Choose to be happy, gano'n?
Like happiness is a choice, ganyan. Pero there's an imbalance There's already an imbalance hormone in your head that you cannot explain. And as a mental health nurse, we can, like, detail by detail, we can dissect it. Okay, you're feeling this way because of. And then, therefore, the treatment is. Pero out there, if you're just gonna listen to people na maybe has like some experience, nalungkot din ako nung nag-ibang bansa ako, nalungkot din ako. Ganito na lang, ganyan. Not knowing na it might be hurtful as well. na they're trying to cry for help, pero invalidate mo lang yung feelings nila.
In that case, how do we actually identify
The
na-
symptoms,
the symptoms exactly?
if you're thinking of diagnostic, it has different criteria po. So diagnostic, it will be you've been feeling low, motivated, you've been thinking of suicidal thoughts for 2 weeks or longer than 2 weeks. You can't eat, can't sleep, or oversleeping, irritable. Diagnostically, it's so easy. Pero meron din po kasing mga depression na they're still functioning, but at the same time, hindi mo ma-figure out why. Lalo na sa Pilipinas po. Kasi ang dami pa ring mga tao na nakapaligid sa'yo. May trabaho ka, may responsibilidad, kailangan mo kumita ng pera. Hindi mo ma-tackle talaga agad-agad yung depression. Na you're feeling something off. Pero hindi mo ma-workout kung ano, hindi mo ma-fix. Not happenings with friends can fix. Not just one factor can fix.
It makes sense. Kasi, yun na nga, parang kumpleto ka na lahat, and yet, why am I feeling this? Ganon. Parang, why is it na parang may void pa rin? May trabaho naman ako, andyan yung family ko, I have friends, meron akong hobbies, pero there's a emptiness na nafe-feel ko. Ganon.
Diba? Hearing from you, you're already saying things that invalidated yourself. So, ikaw pa lang mismo, ini-stop mo na yun. Bakit kaya? No. Parang I'm living kung kumpara sa ibang tao na naghihirap talaga na homeless. I'm not allowed to feel this way. Which you shouldn't really say.
Because you are allowed to feel that.
So I think we're the worst critics of ourselves.
What has the biggest impact sa mental health ng mga tao? Whether kids, adult, and people in general?
So, most especially with kids, generational problem na talaga po to. Social media. A whole lot of keyboard warriors talaga.
Right.
Bullying is now anonymous. Before, sa school, ganyan, kilala mo kung sino ang bully mo eh. This time around, social media. Social media kasi, it's highlights of the people's story. So, if I'm doing something, if I'm eating something expensive, post ka sa social media. Tapos yung mga tao po na already may may parang kumbaga may stress na sa buhay, may anxiety na, ay buti pa si ganyan, kumakain ng sarap-sarap. Pero behind that story are a whole lot of things. Kaya sila nag-celebrate ng ganun kasi wala na silang time magluto sa bahay. Pagkatapos ng work, kain sa labas, tulog. Those kind of things. There's a whole lot more to the story.
So basically what you're saying is hindi natin alam yung whole picture.
And we normally compare ourselves. So that's one thing. Nakakaluka po talaga. And I used to get affected sa social media. Naku po, Diyos ko po. Before, siguro po nasa mga 3,000 yung selfie, post, ganon. Not anymore.
How were you able to move away from that? Paano ba gawin niya na to shy away from social media?
One thing, siguro po, is maturity. See, pag kids ka, you're easily influenced by a whole lot of things eh. You don't have your own opinion. There's a whole lot of things. Pero ngayon po, siguro, kasi I'm busy with work na rin, you learn to create moments and you just focus on them.
What can you say about the current state of mental health sa Philippines? What do you think can the government do to make it better?
So, ito po, tunnel vision lang ako kasi I didn't have my clinical experience over there. And I just came back from the Philippines. So, ang nakikita ko po, it's improving. It's improving. Younger kids these days are a lot more trauma-informed. With that, I mean po kasi, they're more sensitive na in making sure, hindi nakakatuwa yan, or just leave her alone, leave her be. Yung before po kasi natin, yung kultura natin, family-oriented, ay nako, hindi nakikinig sa ganyan, without knowing they're suffering already from different things, anxiety disorder, mood disorder. Wala po kasi tayong basis, it's not out there. Pero po, ang dami ng influencers ngayon, which I'm very, very proud. Ang dami ng influencers ngayon na they're actually speaking out. Hey guys, I'm just gonna be off for 2 weeks looking after my mental health. which is hindi na siya nakakahiyang sabihin. So that's one. I think it's improving, although we still have a whole lot of long way to go compared to Australia po. Tapos, government.
parang ayaw mo na lang mag-comment pag sabi ng government.
Wishful thinking muna po tayo. Free healthcare. Free healthcare. Like what we have here, at least. Ang hirap mag-seek ng help medically or, psychologically kung wala kang pera. Pero again po, I'm speaking tunnel vision kasi there might be clinicians that are actually trying their best to provide the best mental health care over there. I'm not dissing them. Pero kumbaga po, in comparison to as a normal person, kung hindi po ako nag-work sa mental health, you can see post over there about mental health helpline at the back of the toilets. Helpline. It's everywhere.
Are you okay? Yung mga ganun na ads.
Yeah. Are you having family problems or domestic violence? There's number to call. So many. It's out there. I don't see that in Philippines, in the malls. There's nothing there.
Kung meron mang mga help na ganun, they're not very visible, I would say.
No. And I still hear bits and pieces yung mga statements po. Yung parang pa-udyok lang na, ginarte lang yan. Ganun.
Yeah.
Not knowing na they're already highly emotional.
Kulang ka lang
Tapos,
sa dasal.
It's all in your head.
Ganun. A lot of news articles sinasabing Filipinos or Philippines is one of the happiest people, at least sa Southeast Asia, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you agree or what do you have to say about this?
I think so. Iba tayong magsaya eh. Iba po talaga. Parang konting alak lang. Oy, parang di kayo din eh. Lumabas yung pagkabatangas.
Lumabas sa pagkabatangas eh.
Ay, parang
Barik na.
Ay, ganun lang po. Tapos minsan, yung mga friends ko din po, kasi part po ako ng choir before ako magpunta dito. Parang may message ko lang sila, parang, oy, uwi ako, ganyan-ganyan, punta kayo dito. Isang batalyon po talaga. They'll make time na kahit isang araw lang. Uy, biruin mo yun, yung parang ganun po. Maybe in other countries, they're the same thing, pero iba tayong may karaoke. Tatlo yan eh. Pulutan ng inuman, karaoke, tsaka samahan. Yun po, okay na.
So you're saying na yung level of happiness natin, kumbaga,
We're easy to please.
Exactly. Mababaw lang yung kaligayahan natin.
Yes.
So that, I guess that's what makes us one of the happiest people in the planet.
Sa akin po yun yung standard levels ko ng talagang happenings. Other people, introverted people would say differently. Pero sa akin po kasi, being extroverted, maingay, kailangan ko ng connection with friends. To me, that's what makes me happy. And yun lang, okay na. Talagang
Solved na.
Swak na swak.
Kanina binanggit mo, there is, kumaga, stigmatized pag sinabi mo na you're going through depression, may nararamdaman ka, nag-iinarte ka lang, or kulang ka lang sa dasal, choose to be happy, mga ganun. Because of that, because of depression, mental health, illness, being stigmatized sa Philippines, may mga tao na in denial na sa sarili and they have a hard time seeking for help kasi nga takot sila na ma-stigmatize ng ganun. What can you say about this?
Hirap eh. Kasi ang dali pong sabihin na just seek for help. Medically speaking po a professional can help. A professional will create goals with you to recover. Kasi very patient-oriented po tayo. Take a step to love yourself. Take a step to understand what you're feeling. Kasi kung ilalagay ko po yung sarili ko sa nakakaranas ng matinding depression, ang hirap ng umalis sa kwarto, ang hirap ng makipag-usap. Even explaining yourself takes energy. Or just saying, I'm sad, takes energy. Konting step lang forward and say, I'm not okay. Kasi people will stigmatize you talaga eh. And so, it's hard po. Sa family naman po, na if someone actually is crying for help, don't ignore it. Don't invalidate their feelings. Maybe hindi pa sila depressed. Maybe nalulungkot sila na talagang over na hindi nila ma-explain na tender loving care lang pala ang kailangan.
Sometimes it just takes 30-second hug.
20-second hug.
20 second? Okay.
For an oxytocin to come out. May mga happy hormones po tayo. Do I go through happy hormones para din sa kanila?
Yeah, go ahead. Sige lang.
So there's 4 different happy hormones. So there's dopamine. So yun yung reward chemical. That's when you achieve something. Sabihin ko, and I tell this to our consumers as well, ang anxiety mo kasi para siyang train na it will always pass by and it will keep on going. Pero at the same time, try and be productive. Nakapaglinis ka na ng bahay, nakapaglinis ka na ng plato, the anxiety is still there. But at the same time, unti-unti there's the dopamine hit na in your head.
Uy, success kasi naligpit ko yung kwarto ko.
Or nakapag-bake ako. Baking is one of the great dopamine.
So, focus on small wins, small victories.
Yes. And just having a shower, kapag most especially pag may depression ka na, having a shower is one of the great things. I've looked after my hygiene today. Hindi ako maamoy. Yan. There's another thing which is serotonin. Your mood. It's a mood hormone where mood stabilizer po siya. So basically, running, being one with nature, meditation, just being one with your mind, staying present. Yun po. Serotonin yan, mood stabilizer.
So go for a walk. Go outside.
Yes. So endorphins naman po. That's more of your moving. So painkiller. Painkiller mo siya. So it would be essential oils, having a massage, and stuff like that. Ang oxytocin, the last, not the least. So one of them would be giving a hug to somebody. 20 seconds hug actually gives you a hit of oxytocin, and 6-second kiss.
Right.
It gives you...
So 6 seconds. Okay, kailangan ba magbibilang? Okay, 6 seconds. Okay.
Kailangan 6. So it's 20 and 6 po. And another thing is sex. So oxytocin hits. If you guys want it.
Let's go back dun sa hug. Does it have to be a human being or pwedeng pets?
Pwedeng pets po. Pwedeng pets. Sometimes you just kind of hug that and you already feel good about yourself. You already feel better na kahit ang daming stress sa buhay. Sino bang walang stress, kuya?
Ano yung ma-advise mo sa mga tao na nakakarinig ng ganito from their friends or from their loved ones na yung loved one nila sinasabi sa kanila, I think I'm sad. I think I'm feeling down. Kung ako nakarinig nun, ano ba yung dapat ko sabihin sa kanya?
You want to talk about it? Even silent presence is something, I'm just here when you're ready to talk. Ang hirap po kasing mag-advise kapag, kung sasabihin ko, pag nakarinig ka ng ganito sasabihin mo. Depende po kasi circumstantial talaga siya. But get more out of them. Get more out of them. Yung after you say we want to talk about it and they're willing to talk about it, explore it with them. Kasi sometimes po, you won't really realize that this is what's happening until it comes out of your mouth. It's different acting it out. It's different coming out of your mouth. Kasi ang thoughts po kasi, you can think a whole lot of different things. 1,000,000 miles ang speed nito. Pero once you get it out, obviously, hindi naman po tayo mag-rap battle, diba? For them to actually open up, yung nakakaranas po ng depression, they will hear themselves talking as well eh. Kaya pala. Kasi ang dami po, 1,000 miles to. Ito hindi. So, when you say you want to talk about it, yeah, kasi ito pinagdadaanan ko. And then they'll enumerate na kung anong pinagdadaanan nila. So, anong gusto mong gawin? Basically, goal orientation ka na. Sabi natin na, kasi si mama, pinipilit akong magganito. Tapos, it will have a big long-term effect on your life. Kahit yung mga ganun situational crisis po, you can then ask, anong plano mo? Anong gusto mong gawin? When somebody says, di ko alam eh, explore that with them. So, ano bang priority mo ngayon? Ask. Naive inquire po ang tawag namin doon. Kasi you don't really have to give advice. Sometimes you just need for them to get it out of their system. It's exploring it with them.
What would you say is the worst thing na pwede mong sabihin to someone who's going through mental health illness?
There's two things po. Ignorance and invalidation. Kapag di mo alam, huwag ka na lang magsalita. Invalidation is, wala lang yan. It's all in your head. Two things po yun. Is you either ignore it or invalidate how
You
they're
dismiss
feeling.
it.
You dismiss it. Opo. Those two things. It's all in your head. Nag-iinarte ka lang.
If you're someone who's going through mental health illness and then yun ang sinabi sa'yo, how do you answer them?
You don't. Kasi that's what they think of you. And you can never change that. You can never change their opinion of you. You can change how you react. Ano na po to, broken record na to. It's out there na. But it's really the truth. You can never change their mindset. You can change how you react. You can change how you feel. There's no point. Kaya po, pag minsan sa social media lalo, ignore na lang. Ignore na lang kasi po, first of all, you're gonna ignite something else. And you don't want that. Just ignore that. Or just realize that it's their ignorance. So you just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah. He's not that someone that will understand. Move on na ako.
Okay. Kung ako mismo, I'm going through something and then my family or my friends dismiss me, what do I do?
Huwag kang panghinaan ng loob. Kasi nakaka-proud na kagad sa sarili mo yun eh. Na I reached out to somebody. And whatever the results of that is, okay, edi I'll seek, ang daling sabihin po kasi, I'll seek a professional opinion. Para ma-risk assess ka kung anong kailangan mong gawin. Pero again, sa mga kabayan po natin, ang hirap, lalo na kapag pera ang pinag-uusapan, ang hirap. Pero educate yourself, ang dami ng online articles, ang dami ng journals, na you can understand kung ano yung symptoms mo, kung paano mo, lalo na po kapag pinanghinaan tayong mag-reach out to other people. Ang dami na pong may mga meditation, may mga, and I think I'm slowly focusing on depression. Pero at the same time, kapag other diagnosis po kasi, it's a little bit hard to talk about. Kasi mo, especially if psychotic disorder na siya, na it's hard, different advice po yung maiibigay ko kasi they don't have that capacity anymore to help themselves out if illogical na silang mag-isip. Pero when it comes to depression po, and you reach out, and they said, ginarte ka lang, huwag kang panghinaan ng loob. That's one thing. Keep moving forward. Which is, ang hirap gawin po. I'm thinking of the consumers that I've looked after na ang daling sabihin po kasi nito eh. Pero that's the biggest advice I can say is just don't give up on yourself. Kasi when you hit a professional level of help, you'll understand why you shouldn't give up on yourself. Pag you're educated na, you understand your symptoms, you know how to regulate it, iba na yung pananaw mo. May iba na yung perspective mo. Mindset will be a lot more positive. You'll see a whole lot of a glass half full than half empty.
How do you stay mentally healthy? Ikaw mismo.
K-dramas.
K-dramas.
Apa? Yeah. And ang dami po kasing nakaka-uplift, nakaka-inspire na parang kumbaga you're in a dreamland na ang daming stress outside and you can just forget all about it na makipag-dreamland ka lang. Minsan bababa yung asawa ko sa ano po. So niya, K-drama, okay. So ko, wanna join? Ganyan ako. Yeah, so that's one of the things na parang nakakawala ng stress. And then, hanging out with friends. Kasi po, connecting with them, making memories with them, madadala ko yan po sa pagtanda. So, that's another thing. And community. Being part of a community, nakaka-hit po talaga yan ng dami. Dopamine, yung oxytocin mo, really will push. So, parkrun, that's one of my community po dito.
Would you recommend a career in mental health?
Yes! I attend grad fairs. Simulan ko po doon. I attend grad fairs where I encourage our nursing students to have a go being a mental health nurse. Ang dami namin. We have a whole lot of services to offer. It's not just an inpatient unit. There's community. There's the safe haven, yung ang dami headspace, where there's dealing with depression, alcohol and other drugs. Every single diagnosis has a service out there. So that's one. And another thing, so already yung experience mo, you can really explore different areas. Ang iniisip po kasi ng mga kabataan ngayon ay emergency ako. Kasi you can have a whole lot. Lahat ng nagkakaroon ng problema sa respiratory, nandun. Surgical, yun po. Parang, that's not the only thing. I'm not dissing general nursing po pero meron din excitement sa amin. Meron din pong excitement. Mental health nursing is not as quickly, yung parang kumbaga yung reward po sa atin kapag kunwari, surgical, nabalian, you fixed it, nakikita mo yung effect nakikita mo yung outcome, yung result, okay, he's walking again. Mental health po, it takes a lot more patience. Pero for someone suffering from depression, that they overcome that and they come back to you and say, thank you. What you did, what you told me helped. Kahit isang one-liner lang. And you get that thank you. Hanggang sa pagtanda mo, dala mo na po yan. It's a lot more rewarding. For me po kasi obviously my background is mental health. I highly encourage for our new generation to try and to explore mental health. Even, kasi ang dami pa rin pong stigma. Kahit po mental health nursing, nai-stigmatize din po kami. That's not even real nursing. Sometimes, pero there's a whole lot more networking that happens that they don't know of. Hindi lang sa general nursing nangyayari yan. And the progression is a lot easier. A lot easier. Ito nga pong 10 years pa lang ako na nurse educator. The progression is quick. In my opinion po so 6 years as a clinical nurse, floor nurse po. Tapos nag-clinical nurse educator po ako for 3.5 years. And then now I'm here. They can, konting effort lang, just show your dedication, show na you really are trying to help. They'll see that.
What preparations do I need to do if ever I want a career in mental health? Is it something na kailangan ko talagang paghandaan, brace myself, or?
Long term po. So, once you finish your first year sa uni, gather as much clinical experience as you have. Kasi isa po yan sa mga, obviously, you're building up your portfolio. And it's not only in mental health, in nursing in general po. Once you finish your first year, you can apply it's a qualification that you can have as an assistant in nursing. You can be assistant in nursing in hospitals. You can be an assistant in nursing in nursing homes. So, once you're building that resume, matapos ka ng third year, and you apply, already she has clinical experience. Or ano ka na?
Parang you're standing out already.
Yan. And it will help you a whole lot in answering questions, interview questions. Kasi first of all, nagkaroon ka na ng experience na ma-interview. Second of all, ibabase mo lahat ng sagot mo sa clinical experience mo. When I'm in the nursing home, ito yung ginagawa ko. This is how I look after. This is how I give medication. Ganyan po.
Any last words for our viewers about mental health? Maybe words of encouragement or words of wisdom from you or advice?
Love yourself. Okay? What you're suffering from is invisible to the naked eye. So, if you're struggling, push ka lang. Kaya mo yan. And to those people naman na, just keep being kind. Keep being kind. You don't know a whole lot of things about a person. So, judgmental views, keep your mouth shut na lang.
Okay.
I don't know what else to advise po
Sabi nga nila, it's as old as time. If you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it na lang. And especially...
Ligo ka na lang ng maligamgam na tubig.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Tisay, for your time. Thank you, guys. This has been another wonderful episode with Tisay, our nursing educator about mental health here in Australia. And really, if you need someone to talk to, seek help. And then, like she said, love yourself. Well, anyway, this has been another wonderful episode of the Pinoy Expat. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and here on YouTube for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Icon, and this is the Pinoy Expat. See ya!